Melbourne, Australia. A solid majority of Australians voted in favour of same-sex marriage in a historic survey that, while not binding, paves the way for Parliament to legally recognise the unions of gay and lesbian couples. Of 12.7 million Australians who took part in the survey, 61.6% voted yes and 38.4% voted no, officials announced on Wednesday morning. Participation was high, with 79.5% of voting-age Australians taking part. The Australian people have spoken, and they have voted overwhelmingly yes for marriage equality, said Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull, who had called the national survey as a way to put pressure on Conservative lawmakers, many from his own party. They voted yes for fairness, they voted yes for commitment, they voted yes for love. The results were announced as proponents of gay rights gathered at public events in cities around the country to watch the news. The largest crowd, at Prince Alfred Park in Sydney, broke into cheers as the news became clear. "This is our proudest moment as gay and lesbian Australians," said Chris Lewis, 60, an artist from Sydney, who waved a large rainbow flag he bought in San Francisco about 30 years ago. "Finally, I can be proud of my country." Annika Lowry, 42, who brought her 4-year-old daughter to the celebration, said the vote was not just about us, it's for our kids, so that they know equality is important. Alex Greenidge, a state lawmaker from New South Wales and the co-chairman of Australian Marriage Equality, an advocacy group, said the vote shows that Australians have truly come together in support of their gay and lesbian mates and have said that everybody should be able to have the freedom to marry. In calling for the national survey, Mr. Turnbull sought public backing for a shift in social policy that was opposed by many members of his centre-right Liberal Party. Mr. Turnbull voted yes, and urged other Australians to do so as a matter of fairness, seeking to blunt opposition from far-right members of his party. "My commitment was to give every Australian their say," Mr. Turnbull said after the results were announced. "That has been done, they have spoken." He added, "Now it is up to us, here in the Parliament of Australia, to get on with it, to get on with the job the Australian people have tasked us to do, and get this done, this year, before Christmas." Dean Smith, a federal senator from the right-leaning Liberal Party, who is gay, said that he would immediately introduce a bill to legalise same-sex marriage. He said on Tuesday that he believed he had the votes to pass the legislation in the Senate and send it to Parliament's lower house for approval. Lyle Shelton, a Christian lobbyist who was the No campaign's most outspoken advocate, said he would begrudgingly accept the Democratic decision. "Millions of Australians will always believe the truth about marriage, that it's between one man and one woman," Mr. Shelton said. "It could take years, if not decades, to win that back." The record of subjecting same-sex marriage to a public vote remains mixed.